crafty friends, and happy Friday. It is September 17th. We're 2 days away from my wedding anniversary, and it really snuck up on me. Welcome to Flosstube. This is Mislaid Pages. My name is Jessie, and my pronouns are she, her, and they, them. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Happy to have you. I hope you all have had the best week that's been available to you. It's been a challenging week for me, but it's Friday and I'm actually getting Flosstube done, so that's a step in the right direction. But yeah, so on a personal note, I'm very much getting used to the new meds that I'm on for my newly diagnosed ADHD. So that's been a challenge this week, and it's yeah. I'll just leave it at that. There are some not so happy side effects that I didn't expect to experience a whole lot of, and I've experienced more of them than I really thought I would. They seem to be leveling off, and then hopefully soon I'll actually start noticing some significant improvement in my overall like mental function. But we're not there yet. But that's usual for these meds apparently. It can take anywhere from like 4 to 8 weeks or something for things to really level out and just to start feeling the full effects. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed. The side effects haven't been absolutely horrible, but it has been difficult to just function as a normal human being this week. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So let's see. Also this week, some really awesome stuff from Dee at Dee's 20 Stitches. So a couple of different things. First and foremost, I have to thank Dee for being the fantastic human being that they are. Dee has reached out to me and done a what they call a call in, just to kind of check in with me, and it helped me really recenter and reevaluate if my actions were following my values. And I really appreciate Dee for doing that. If you're not sure, if you're unfamiliar with the term call in, check out Dee's latest most recent Flosstube, because they talked about what a call-in is and why a call-in is important and valuable. And I appreciate them having done that with me. It wasn't actually this week, it was last week. But the results of that call-in happened this week. And I appreciate Dee also, kind of letting me blather on at them about my thoughts about that particular situation as well. So it really has helped me to kind of recenter and make sure that the actions that I'm taking, the things that I'm getting involved in, are really connected with who I am and the values that I have, and so I've made some decisions to change some things, and yeah, so I'm happy about that, and I really appreciate Dee for doing that. Dee has been a fantastic force in the Stitchy community overall, for helping us all check in with ourselves, be accountable for ourselves, with ourselves, and to the community, and in helping us be better community members and also better allies to other communities. So I can't say enough how much I appreciate Dee and all of the emotional labor that Dee has put into me in particular, but also to the community at large. So if you are not watching Dee, you need to be watching Dee, because not only are they a fantastic human to watch on Flosstube, but they're just a fantastic human in general. So thank you, Dee. I appreciate you. The other awesome stuff that Dee has been involved in this past week was releasing the Hex Hotel and the Three Little Hexes with Kari. So Dee once again teamed up with Kari. So Kari is the artist and Dee is the mastermind who turns the art into cross-stitch charts. So they've teamed up again to create these fantastic charts. They were released last Friday. They are awesome, awesome, awesome. I probably talked about them already, but I'm getting my days confused. Regardless, they're awesome enough that I should talk about them again, and you need to go look at them if you have not yet, especially because some of these are going to be available as prizes for Season of Smalls. So if you haven't checked them out because you're going to see them again. They're going to be available as prizes very soon. I'm very excited about that. So thank you, Dee, for all of the awesome stuff that you do. Not only calling in with us and being an awesome friend and Stitch Dad and everything, but also for being an awesome designer and just being awesome. So yeah, so that's more fun stuff that's been happening this week. The other stuff was necessary stuff. The charts are fun. Necessary is necessary, but it's not always fun. So anyway, So yeah, lots of stuff to talk about today, not a lot to show you. I don't know how long this is going to end up being, especially because I've already noticed that I have to splice some things together, so we'll see. But I have some happy mail for you. I also have a little bit of progress for you, and then we're going to talk about hashtag marathon for MMIW, which is now hashtag marathon for MMIW G2S, and I'll talk about that more later. So also, stick around because there's a Zoom on Sunday and you may want to get involved in it. I will talk more about it in a minute. I'll try to remember to talk more about it in a minute. So first, let's talk about Happy Mail. So I don't have any purchases this week. The only mail that I have received that is not Expo related is this one piece of Happy Mail from the latest Kate. So you may recall I get 2 5x7 prints and I get a magnet every month from her Patreon. And I really, really enjoy them. So let's look and see what we have. This is the magnet. There we go. Even while you're feeling truly awful, you deserve nice things. That is so true. No matter how bad you're feeling, especially if you're feeling bad about yourself, I apologize for the state of my cuticles. I should not even use that hand. I have issues with messing with my cuticles. So I'll just leave it at that. Even while you're feeling truly awful, you deserve nice things. You always deserve nice things. No matter how undeserving you feel, you always deserve good things to happen to you, to happen for you. You deserve to have good things in your life. Don't ever forget that. No matter what, you deserve good things. Let's see. I got this one. This bird is so cute. Maybe today is not an improve yourself day. Maybe it can be an accept yourself and get through day. So yeah, you don't always have to be working on those things that you consider to be flaws, which probably aren't flaws, but some days it's just be who you are and get through the day. It's a very nice one. And this one has a fox on it. I always love the foxes. Every time your mind told you that you wouldn't make it through, it was always wrong. It's going to be okay. This is one of those that goes along with depression lies, anxiety lies. Many, many mental illnesses lie to you. They make you feel and think things that are not true. So try to remember that every time the thought goes through your head that you're not going to make it, you've made it every single time, even though your mind told you you wouldn't. So those are some really awesome ones this month. Let's see. So let's talk about, I feel like my segues are awful today. I apologize. That was Happy Mail. Now it's the next thing. So let's talk about most of the stitchy progress that I have for this week. I can't show you because I was stitching on the model that was supposed to be finished at the beginning of September. I'm getting very, very, very close. Very, very close. But I can't show you that progress. So I did, I think, more than 1,000 stitches on it just in the last couple of days. But that's mostly the only thing I've been stitching on. The stitching I did for Season of Smalls, I actually did on Sunday. But I'm going to show you because I have not shown you on Flosstube yet. I did post this on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, this is going to be a repeat, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so as you may recall, which is apparently my favorite phrase today, as you may recall, I started Trick or Treat, which is a Barbara Anna design from the autumn 2020, fall 2020 issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I just realized that the 2021 autumn issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher is out now, so I need to make sure I get that. But anyway, so this is from last year's issue. I started it last week, and you saw I had 10 little half stitches. So this week I actually have closer to 200 stitches. I'll hold that out for you. So yeah, that's a good hand. Okay. So as you can see, I have something that looks like it might be beginning to be a cat in my teal teacup pin that I've turned into a needle minder down there. So there we go. So that's what 200 stitches looks like on Trick or Treat. So this is significantly larger. I was trying to explain to Adam the other day how much larger this one is because the Ba Meow stitch that I did, that circular, the round mandala, the crystal gazing mandala, words. That was almost 700 stitches. And as you can see here, I've already put in 200 stitches, and there's a lot of design left. That's not all. I mean, there's lots of design left. So I'm guesstimating that there's something like 2,000 or maybe 3,000 stitches in this entire piece. I don't know specifically because of the way I had to put this in Pattern Keeper. So I got it from the digital issue of Primitive Needle, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, but because it wasn't a true design PDF, it was basically like importing an image. So I set it up. This is like way more technical than most of you care about. But I had to set it up where basically I created the grid and I made sure the grid lined up and everything. But because of that, it's counting every single square in that grid, not just the squares that have a symbol for a stitch. So I don't actually know how many stitches are in the design because it's telling me for the entire, 67 by 94 grid, which is a lot. It's a lot of stitches, but I don't have to stitch all those stitches. So yeah, and as I'm stitching this, I'm thinking I may make some more color changes. We'll see. I think what I had decided was that I'm going to stitch all of the black for the kitty outline, and I think I'm going to keep the kitty's basic colors the same. It's more going to be the skirt and some of the side pieces and things that I'll change if I change them. So we'll see. I'm going to wait until I get some more stitches on here before I decide to go too wonky with the colors. But we'll see. So that's where we are with Seasons of Smalls. So this is my 5th start. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this before I start any more smalls. But I mean, really, if I finish this by the end of September, then I'm still on track for my 10 smalls in during the marathon for MMIW G2S. So yeah, so I have almost 2 weeks left, almost, and I'll be stitching on this on Sunday at the very least, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So, or actually, I guess I'll talk more about that right now because I just realized I have nothing else to show you. I think I had it in my head that I was going to pull out the other thing I've been stitching on, but that's the model stitch that I can't show you. So, hashtag marathon for MMIW G2S. So the reason for the hashtag change, basically, we can all thank Dee again from Dee's 20 Stitches. But basically, it is to make sure that that as we're trying to be allies to the community for missing and murdered women, that we're not forgetting about the girls and the Two-Spirit people who are also missing or who are being subjected to violence at a much higher rate than other people's. And so the hashtag MMIW or the MMIW acronym is not as inclusive as it could be. So in order to be as inclusive as we can be, we are changing that to Marathon for MMIW G2S. So that's missing, murdered, Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people, because all of these missing and murdered and folks affected by violence, all of them are important, and we want to make sure that we are supporting all of them, and that the community at large knows that we are supporting them. So so that's the reason for the change. It was said better under Resist Stitches Alicia's post on Instagram. If you haven't checked that out, I don't know if my story is, well, if you watch it past today, it won't be available anyway. But check out Resist Stitch on Instagram, because Alicia had a much more eloquent post about it. But yeah, so basically it's to make sure that we're including everybody who is affected in all of the communities that we're trying to assist. It's important that we recognize that while we're trying to help Indigenous women, that we're all also recognizing these other groups of people who are disproportionately affected by and subjected to violence. So that's what that's about. Now, on that topic, since we're talking about all this money that we're raising for the organization, the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, they are a fantastic organization, and they do a lot of education. They do a lot of community work. They have some fantastic resources available in their on their website. I would encourage you to go and look and see exactly what it is that they do in the community. I do know that one of the things that I was really impressed with is that they actually they have all kinds of resources to have people come and speak and educate. So it's not just about raising money to help the people who are affected, but it's also about raising community awareness and educating other communities so that this is something that people are aware of and can work against. But yeah, I encourage you to go to their website and check out more about what they're about. I love the fact that so much of their focus is on education and community outreach. So it's not just about community outreach, it's not just about education, it's about all of the above. And they have some really fantastic projects going on. And one of the things that they're doing in the next month or so is they have an annual, is it a 5 or a 10K walk? But yeah, to raise awareness, to raise funds, and that sort of thing. So check out the things that they're doing. I know that other folks who are involved in the marathon for MMIW G2S will also be posting more information about the different kinds of things that the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women is doing. I know that Rachel has already posted some stuff. xstitch, I think, has posted some more information. Alicia. So yeah, definitely keep checking all of us out. Michelle's going to be sharing more information as well. So there's lots for you to learn about this organization and why we feel so good about supporting them. So where was I going with this? Oh, so so the coalition. So our overall fundraiser, I'm actually now at $350. Yay! Thank you, Amy. I'm at $350 total funds raised out of my $1,000 goal, and the overall group has raised over $6,800 for the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Women. And I cannot thank everybody enough for contributing. Even if you haven't contributed monetarily, I know that you're contributing with your spirit and cheering us on, and that's really awesome. I appreciate you, especially all of you who are commenting on my Instagram post where I'm talking about my starts and finishes and all that sort of stuff. It really means a lot to me to know that you're all out there cheering me on. So I appreciate that. And on that note, this weekend, this Sunday, there's going to be a Zoom, a charity Zoom, to raise additional money for the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women. And I'm going to be one of the hosts. So it's primarily because the overall event is hosted by xstitch, Alicia, Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, and Rachel at Rachel Ray. They're the main host. Oh, and Aaron Two Martini Stitcher. They're the main host, but they have asked me to join them this week for Season of Smalls Zoom. So I am like super excited to have been invited to do this. I cannot wait. It's very, very exciting for me. So there's only 30 spots, and last I checked, there were still a few more than 10. So as of my recording of this video, there are still spots. If you want to sign up, I'm going to make sure the sign up link, you need to go to the Sign Up Genius website that Alicia has set up, and the specific instructions are there for how to get on the list and how to make your donation and share that information so that you get your Zoom link. But that's happening on Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that's not my time zone, that's Pacific time zone. 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which I believe is, if I can math, that's 2 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in any other time zone, I can't math for you. I apologize. Just Google it. But but yeah, so 11 a.m. Pacific time. Again, it's only open to 30 people, and about half of the spots are already taken, but there's still plenty of room. And it is a $10 donation to get in. So all you have to do is go to that Sign Up Genius link, and you'll put your name on the list, and then you'll make your donation, and then you'll share your donation receipt with Alicia, and she has her email in all that information, and then you'll get a Zoom link on Saturday. So yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, I haven't had a chance to Zoom with as Mislaid Pages. So this is like my first official Zoom appearance as Mislaid Pages. I've joined in a lot of Zooms, but I haven't been like a host of a Zoom. So this is very, very exciting for me. And Amy has already donated, and I really appreciate that, Amy, and I'm happy to chat with you on Sunday. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check out that Sign Up Genius sooner rather than later. I did post the information on Instagram this morning, so I will probably try to repost that tomorrow if there are still slots. But yeah, so that's really, really fun. I can't wait. And the idea is that everybody's going to stitch on smalls. It's not a requirement, it's just a suggestion. But we're all going to stitch on smalls for Season of Smalls, and we're all going to raise money for the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna chat and we're gonna have a good time, and there's gonna be prizes. There's gonna be door prizes, so you definitely want to check it out. So yeah, yeah, that's I'm very, very excited. Can you tell? So yeah, so that's what I have for you this week. So there's been a lot of good stuff this week. It's been still a challenging week. Sometimes challenges are good. Sometimes it's good for us to challenge ourselves and be challenged a little bit. And then there's been fun stuff too, and there's good stuff to look forward to. I don't have any specific intentions for the next week other than, oh, quick shop update. So the other thing, the other thing that I'm still working on is expo orders. I'm really hoping to get the first of those expo orders. I thought I was going to get them last week, but I didn't have quite as many designers in as I thought I did. So I'm really hoping that orders will start going out probably Monday. And hopefully the majority of them will be going out all of next week. There's a couple of designers I'm still waiting on. And I did hear about one designer that I'm going to have to contact some folks who purchased that particular designer because there's a thing that's happened. So yeah, but overall, expo orders are in. I have most of the free stuff that I'm sending to you as well. So I'm getting all that together, hoping to start shipping stuff out on Monday. So I hope y'all will be excited to receive your items because I'm excited to send them. I'm very, very excited to send them to you. And then probably once I get expo orders out the door, I'll actually talk about what I decided to purchase for myself from expo. So that will hopefully be next week. So I think that's all I have for you. Yeah. So I hope you're having the best week that's available to you. I hope you have something fun planned for yourself over the next few days. I hope that you might consider joining me on Zoom on Sunday. And otherwise, remember what I always say, stay hydrated, take all the meds that you need to take, and remember that you are enough. And I love you all. I'll see you next time.